there, wig lover. This is Heather from CysterWigs.com, and this is going to be an interesting video because, as I mentioned in previous videos and as we've mentioned on our Facebook page and on other places on social media, what has happened to a lot of wig stores and a lot of influencers has also happened to us. Namely that a Chinese counterfeit wig company called Rosegal has co-opted our name because we have a high level of trust here on social media. They stole our name and then tried to use that to basically scam people on Facebook. So here's the first thing I want to say before I get down to the nitty-gritty, because we have one of those wigs. A customer sent it in to us so we could show you guys what you're actually getting when you order a $40 wig from a shady looking website, okay? So I know that some of this is gonna sound like, come on, but come on, we gotta be really savvy when we use the internet, and it's something where if you can't tell the difference between a scam site and a real one, perhaps you should not be shopping online for hair. And I know I'm shooting myself in the foot firmly by saying that, but just from an ethical, me looking out for you, even though I don't know you and you don't know me, just common decency standpoint, if you honestly cannot tell the difference between a scam site and a real one, please shop for a wig in person, because this was not a hard call. It's easy to tell the difference between our website, which sells premium, authentic wigs. We are an authorized retailer, and because of that, we have to charge a very specific price for this. These items, you know, there's this thing called a minimum advertised price, and we have to sign agreements holding us to those prices to offer these products. And frankly, we pay more than $40 easy for each of these wigs. In fact, the example I'm going to use in this particular video, my wholesale cost is almost $100 for this particular wig. So why on earth do you think you're gonna get it for $40 retail? Also, the name of the site changes frequently on this scam site. So when you shift from page to page, the name changes, right? That's shady looking too. Also, we don't have a store called CysterWigs.store. I say CysterWigs.com repeatedly in my videos because the .com is part of the name, and we want to help look out for you so this doesn't happen to you, because if you just type in CysterWigs.com directly, it'll lead you right to us. And if you have any questions about that, our customer service is available to send you directly to our store. But other than that, because these, I have a very specific name for them, but let's just keep it polite, because these scamming bastards have decided to rip off our store, we have to keep addressing this, because they did. And they steal from others too. It's kind of the wild, wild west out there. China and these companies, you know, and this is not meant to be a statement about more than what I'm about to say, so please don't read too deep into it politically or whatnot. But they don't really honor our copyright laws. And so it's a pretty prolific problem that, you know, they just kind of rip off whoever looks like they're getting traction online. So in a weird way, you know, because now this is roping me into the same group of folks who've been ripped off that I respect and admire. Because of that, it's almost like, ooh, rite of passage, though it stinks, you know? But these bastards, as I say, being as polite as I possibly can about it, hopefully you catch my drift there, I don't really like it when, you know, I've worked this hard to, you know, make sure that we have an awesome store and an awesome experience for folks. And a lot of sacrifices have gone into this too, just to have somebody rip off our name. Right, and then entice people with $40 wigs that normally sell for $200. That should set off big red alarm bells. There's a standard of quality that you're not going to get for $40, basically. So it's either going to be counterfeit or it's going to be something significantly used that somebody just couldn't return and got stuck with somewhere, and they're just trying to unload so they can get some of the money back. That you'll find too, particularly on eBay. Anyhow, this is supposedly Billy by Noriko. I'm not going to show you the note that came with this because I don't want to give away the customer's identity, because she's a victim in this too. But anyhow, let's just say Miss G, we'll call her that. She thought she ordered a Billy by Noriko. This is what she got. And I'm going to tell you all of my sensations and impressions of this wig. Now, I've not tried this on yet, right? All I've done is receive it and look at it. And I can already tell you, this is an ungodly mess of a wig. Look at the top of this wig. Do you see that matted, stiff permatease? Now, this is the counterfeit wig. Remember, so this is from that Rosegal site. This is what you are going to get for $40, folks. You know, protect yourselves. So here is a Reese by Noriko. It's not a Billy, but it's a good Billy proxy because the cap construction is going to be identical. And this is not like a super long, lush wig. It's a kind of a nice little shag, but same cap construction. So let's go ahead and continue this comparison. Now, superficially, when you look at the top of both of these wigs, this one being the fake one, see how stiff that is? Whereas I could play around with this a little bit. This doesn't really even want to go on the head form that well. So that gives you an indication how that's going to fit. So you can also see there's like this jagged bit of plastic hanging out on the side that I mentioned earlier, and big holes here between all of these wefts on this fake wig. It doesn't really, it's a really small wig even compared to this Noriko wig, right? And so another chief difference is if you look at the wefting here on this Reese, the wefts are a lot tighter, they're closer together, and the elastic is finer, and it provides more stretch than what you'll get on this cheap wig, okay? We do have felt here on the ear tabs of the fake one, but not on the Noriko one. They're under knotted and they're covered with lace. We have an extended nape here on the Noriko and on the fake one. But on the fake one, it has a cheaper adjuster. It's got this hook adjuster, whereas the one here on the Noriko wig, what the real Billy would have, is more like a bra adjuster back here. And there's also this distinctive tag. This wig does not have that. This one does not have a contour at the front hairline. Instead, it's just got a ton of permatease that sticks out over the top. There's also permatease that will stick out over the top of Billy by Noriko, just like you can see here on this Reese. There's just a little bit of permatease though, as opposed to a whole bunch. And the other thing that prevents that from being so noticeable is that here on this Noriko wig, there's a contour involved that helps obscure some of that so it doesn't look like it's going straight across with permatease. Now, I have not tried this wig on, but I'm gonna do that for the sake of science and public service. So, you know, I'm not really looking forward to it though, because this one looks really awful. And by the way, just so you know, the color that poor Miss G ordered this in was supposed to be creamy toffee.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
Hi there, wig lover. This is Heather from CysterWigs.com bringing you yet another short and sweet color spotlight. This time it's of the Renee of Paris Creamy Toffee R color, which is a very popular blonde. Creamy toffee. Like, scammers would not know this because scammers just look at the swatches and that's about as deep as they go. Because the scammers don't look any further than the color swatch, which, you know, is a pretty superficial glance of what this color is going to look like, especially with that particular color swatch, because Creamy Toffee is a rooted blonde. So if all you're doing is looking at the rooting, it's gonna look like it's supposed to be a light brown. And this isn't even just a straight light brown, there's gray mixed in here. It's like bad newscaster hair. And it's really gross feeling. Like, this feels like a dish sponge. It's like the permatease never ends. When you lift it up, it's just permatease all the way down. Whereas on a Billie by Noriko, it's mostly just up here to give it some lift. That's not lifting much of anything. It's pretty boxy and gross. And when I shake it, my arm is shaking more than the hairs on this wig. Okay, but let's give it a go. Oh man. Oh God. Oh man, the front of this. Oh. Oh God. Okay. So my makeup looks real good today, but this wig does not look that fantastic. And there's not, the ear tabs are not really great. This is almost like a child size wig. It's so small. Look at how the hair is just, like, this is all permatease. It feels like a Brillo pad. Like, this is Halloween Party City nightmares. Like, a cheap costume wig would probably be cuter looking than this thing on. So this is a fake Billie by Noriko. You can see right away that this is, maybe whoever edits this will put a picture from that listing in here, because that would be really helpful. Because if you could see them side by side, you would see it's not even close to a close call. This does not even look like a $40 wig, let alone a wig that retails for over $100. This probably, I would probably pay, first of all, I would not pay for this, and I can't wait to get it off my head. In fact, let's just do that. Oh. I wish I had a Billie by Noriko, but I don't at the moment, so I'm gonna put this wreath on instead. But, I mean, at least it'll give you an idea of what the coverage level is like and how the hair actually moves on these Noriko pieces. So much better. I can breathe now. Woosah! This is a real Noriko wig, and it's really cute. And Billie is, yes, she is kind of, you know, in the way that this counterfeit is trying to achieve it, it is kind of a funky, spiky, fresh looking unisex punk rock kind of shorty do. But it isn't bad newscaster hair. So don't buy one for 40 bucks unless you know the person who's selling it, or you know that it's used and the person's being completely upfront about it. Otherwise, assume it is a fake and people are trying to defraud you, because this wig, for instance, the Reese will never ever sell for $40. Though I'm sure Rosegal has a version of that on their website too, right? So just don't, you know? And if you really are super scared, but you're still committed to buying online despite my warnings to the contrary, before you buy anything, contact the actual brands. Email John Renault, email Estetica, ask them, is this store legit? Put the name of the store in. I guarantee you, for every single brand we carry, we are an authorized retailer. We are allowed to sell them, and there are very specific rules we have to follow to sell them, because we have contracts with these folks. We can't just make up whatever prices we want. We can't just do whatever we want with their products. We have to follow the guidelines that they provide us. You know, just like Target has to listen to Revlon when they say, hey, we want our color stay makeup arranged in this order. They gotta comply to sell that stuff. It's a typical arrangement in retail. So when you see somebody heinously violating it, they're doing it on purpose, and it's usually not to your benefit. So I am so sorry to Miss G, who provided this crummy wig from those thieving bastards. And I am so sorry that, you know, anyone has had this happen to them. It is really aggravating, anger-inducing. Makes me want to break out my inner Rocky Balboa, because people are getting ripped off, right? And so protect yourself. We love you guys. Shop our store, but don't shop scammers who are offering you an offer that is just too good to be true. $40 for a Billy Binder Rico, please. And almost all the wigs on that Rosegal site are like $40. That's not real. And furthermore, if you're buying these out of curiosity, which Miss G did not do, but if you're buying these out of curiosity, may I plead with you to not do that. Because when you buy these out of curiosity, you're still giving them your money. And that money enables them to rip me and Roxy from wigs.com and Patty and the folks over at eWigs, who changed their name to Elegant Wigs because of this, and a whole bunch of other stores on the web that have been ripped off in this process. You're basically giving the scammers money to do this just because you're curious. I plead with you to think twice before doing that, because there are a lot of people that just don't know differently, and they don't deserve to get caught up in this. So we need to shut it down, and we can't shut them down by, you know, going through legal channels, because they don't honor our laws, because they're based in China. So we have, I mean, at least right now, as of this taping, there's nothing that stores like mine or even the name brands we carry can do to protect themselves against these counterfeiters. That's why you'll see pictures of Raquel Welch wigs all over like AliExpress and stuff, because they rip off the images. So don't buy that crap, because even if you do know better and you're just curious and want to know what's going on, that money goes towards scamming folks who may not be as internet savvy and may not know better, no matter how many times we try to warn them, right? So it's not even just self-serving. Let's try to protect each other, and particularly the folks among us who just can't help it. So, all right, soapbox moment aside, thank you for watching, and I look forward to making more content for you in the future. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, if you like the fact that, you know, we get right to the heart of the matter and we talk about just about everything on this channel. You know, I mean, some content gets buried. I hope this doesn't become one of those things. So help spread the word so that way people don't get scammed. And until next time, have a great night. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.